Alright, what's up my friends? I know it's been quite a while since I have, came on this channel and talked about something. And, don't expect this video to be something crazy or anything like that. I mean, they never really are too crazy in the first place, but yeah, this is just going to be mostly an update, I guess, to whoever might care about how I've been and what I've been up to. I know some people have asked, but I have unfortunately still not responded to people because I am pretty bad when it comes to responding to, texts and stuff. Anyways, but yeah, so there you go. First 40 seconds, that's what it's gonna be for the rest of the video. Pretty much just me yapping away and just talking about whatever might be on my mind right now. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be going back to school pretty soon, and myself included, but just a little bit later on, right? Like, since I'm going to be doing full-time dual enrollment, which I'll talk a little bit more about later in the video, I'm going to be starting on August 24th, I'm pretty sure it is, but you guys are going to be starting on August 11th. So yeah, just a couple weeks difference, but it does make all of the difference for sure. And I feel like there's a lot less pressure right now, at least. I mean, of course, I have a lot of goals that I'm working towards, and there's always stuff going on, like literally always. And yeah, I think it is good though to always have something going on and always be working towards something or just kind of progressing yourself in some way, even if you do sort of end up sort of realizing like, man, maybe there was no point in me doing this. By the way, wait, is my music too loud? I honestly don't know. That should have been something I should have checked before I started recording, but I'm just gonna lower it down just to be safe. But anyways, by the way, the song that is playing right now is Breathe by Evan Fong, who is my freaking goat. I love that guy, and he is a huge inspiration to me. And yeah, recently I would say there have been many inspirations from my childhood that are not to say they're resurfacing because they never really left in the first place, but yeah, just a lot of inspiration and aspects from when I was younger are kind of coming back and uplifting me, I guess, in a way. If there's like an image of somebody being like, lifted up with their hands from like a crowd or something, that's basically what I'm trying to say. Anyways, also speaking of that, there's literally a Ninjago like set right in front of me, and I keep it on my desk, and it was a gift from a dear friend of mine. Shout out to them. And yeah, it's got like a whole bunch of the characters I have, and I don't know why I'm talking about this, and I don't know why you'd be listening, but anyways, getting back on track. Um, yeah, so recently I have just been, I don't know, in a sort of self-induced solitude is what I'm gonna refer to it as because um, I think it's really necessary for me, and it's not a negative thing. I definitely don't want to give that idea like, that it is. But yeah, I would say a huge reason, not huge, okay, that's a big word there, but a underlying reason that was, in the back of my mind that sort of motivated me to do full-time DE and make that decision is definitely in part because I could have that sort of solitude or time away or just kind of be away from high school, I guess. And I spoke with one of my friends a little bit about this last night, and yeah, it's just something that I've thought a lot about. And of course, I thought a lot about it way before to come to make the decision to do full-time DE. And of course, it's yet another thing to think a lot about to actually speak about this publicly, in a public platform where anybody can access this. But yeah. So my point is, like, this sort of solitude is kind of, I feel, necessary for me as a person, personally, my growth. And there's just a lot that I kind of need to dissect about my life and, who I am, who I was, and who I want to become. And those are really big questions that we have to ask ourselves. And that reminds me actually of Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Look at that, yet another childhood thing that I was talking about that kind of circles back. But yeah, if you don't know, that's a great show, by the way, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I've rewatched it countless times. But yeah, basically it's the character Zuko. He has this uncle who's very wise, Uncle Iroh, and his uncle tells him like, "Who are you? Who do you want to become? Because you you've always had this life where people tell you what you are and what you're supposed to become. You know, first it was the prince. You're supposed to be this good prince to your father, who's the king, and you were supposed to align with him and be the heir to the throne. But then once you were, you know, kind of banished, you wanted to be, you know, the person who could redeem themselves in the eyes of your father or your kingdom, and you didn't want to be the banished prince, you know, and that led to his obsession of getting Aang, the Avatar. And then at last, you know, he finally makes this decision for himself in the end that you know, to choose his own life at that last point. Well, not last point, but you know, when he started really choosing his life is when his life really began, I would say. Anyways, that's a character that also means a lot to me, so shout out to Zuko, but maybe that's another video in itself that I could talk about there. But yeah, in regards to my own self here, which I'm not trying to sound like, you know, self-centered, like as if the world revolves around me right now. I'm just saying I'm making this video for the purpose of sort of giving you, the listener, whoever it is, you know, I'm assuming my friends or something like that, um, you know, the update, because I would say I have not really been the most vocal or kind of best at keeping up in my relationships, because something I talked about with one of my friends was that I feel like time just moves so fast for me, especially as of recently, that it's like I can talk with a friend yesterday, and then what I think was yesterday was actually like a week or two ago. And I don't know, I'm just totally thrown off by time, and also that I I have not been considering like anything kind of outside of the scope of my own world going on right now, because I don't know, that's also the kind of dangerous side of being in, you know, this sort of your own head and your own solitude, because you're so kind of like focused on what's going on right in front of you, like directly there, that it's definitely easy to kind of lose what you care about or what you've built before. So that's also something I should learn more, you know. And by the way, this game, I don't know, there's a lot of mixed opinions about it, which this isn't my gameplay, but this is the new Halo campaign Evolved, which I say new when in reality it's really just like a reskin of the OG Halo game. But yeah, I don't know. It's a interesting game, not really anything new or crazy. It's basically just like, oh, fancy graphics now, and you know, but I don't know, man. Anyways, what am I talking about right now? Oh yeah, okay. So something I've been up to. Yeah, let's talk about that, because we've had like what, a full month since I posted the last video or something, or it's probably at 2 months now actually by the time I upload this. So yeah, basically the whole summer has happened, and there's a lot of things that happen every single day, much less 2 months, you know? So let's see, I went on some adventures, you know, spent some time with family and stuff, and I would say my relationships in that aspect, you know, family and stuff, is pretty well for the most part, and yeah, no, not just well, but you know, doing much healthier. You know, we're in a continuous state of getting healthier. You know, obviously there's always going to be certain days that feel like setbacks, but in the grand picture, right, in like the larger graph, you can see we are going up, so it's all good. But anyways, another thing aside from, you know, these adventures and all of that is sort of figuring out myself. Like I said, you know, that is a huge thing that's been going on for me, is, you know, figuring out my identity and whatnot, and a lot to do with college. That is a huge thing, holy cow. And you know, just getting ready for the college application process, because you know, that's happening pretty soon. Some schools actually, you know, they open tomorrow, August 1st, to apply, but yeah, I've still got some time. I've got to like October, and you know, I honestly, I'm gonna speak, you know, just my personal opinion here entirely, so you know, that is just something to be aware of, but I really dislike the college application process. And I say that because I don't know, maybe this is just, me, an issue with myself here and not the process or the system, but I feel like it seriously is discouraging and comparative and just sort of like everything I'm against in a way, And I'm not gonna go protest saying, College Board or anything whatnot right now, but I'm just saying, like fundamentally, I am not somebody who likes comparison or likes this sort of dog eat dog world, and it's just really discouraging to be forced into that, Like there's literally no other way if I want to go to college, unless I kind of, you know, sort of beat my peers in this competition, which is so just I dislike it, And another thing is like I don't know, I just feel like the things that I do are kind of like I should have done more or they're worth less and in turn I am worth less. But um yeah, and what I mean by that is like there's so many people who have done like 42 million AP classes and all this crazy stuff, started nonprofits, and it's like, dude, holy cow, how are we even like what do you're saying you're my age right now and you were thinking of that same stuff and you actually went out and did it and we're supposed to be the same league here? No, no way, dude. And I know that, there are countless things to say to kind of reassure that, like, oh no, that's just the highlight reel. That's just, some people are just cracked like that, they're crazy at it. But yeah, I think it's just a matter of distinguishing, the person I am is not either the person that colleges want me to be or the person that these people are, the people who start these nonprofits at like 16 and whatnot. And I keep saying whatnot for some reason. I don't know, I never say that. For some reason, whenever you hit record, you just kind of start speaking weird, especially because I'm speaking with no script, which I think is very freeing, and I just have the thoughts sort of pour out of my mouth, whatever I say. But yeah, so what did I just say in all of that? I don't know, but what I mean is that I've got to figure out, that I'm my own person and not really, compare myself to some other standards that are set by anyone else, any other institution aside from myself. And I mean, of course, still I have to kind of, you know, I have to, what is the word that I'm looking for right now? What? I've used this word so many times. Conform, yeah. I have to conform to this anyways, it's not like I really have a choice right now, uh, unless I do want to go to college. So, yeah. But with that, not only is that the process, but, um, you know, like, I have to actually figure out what am I gonna do when I get there, when I get to college. And that's a huge thing as well, that I always have countless ideas to do and things to pursue, different passions, and they come in and out in waves and they fluctuate and whatnot. But I don't know. Someday soon I will definitely figure it out. That's certain. It's not really a source of anxiety there. At least not anymore. But yeah, okay, let's see. Another thing is that I recently completed my seventh journal. That was pretty good. Um, man, those journals, like, it is truly life-changing to journal. I would highly recommend it because it's just, it's unreal to me to think that this is me, these pages, every single drop of ink that is in these pages is from me, and this is exactly how I was feeling, and this is how I chose to express myself, and these were the thoughts going through my mind. This is sort of my mentality, and it's like a photo in the way that it just kind of freezes that moment and all the emotion and everything just there, and you can keep that and revisit that as well. And it's just such a surreal experience to be able to kind of relive everything through the pages that you've written. And it's also very revealing if you have the courage to look back and read the not so pleasant parts. But yeah, okay, let's see. Another thing, oh yeah, another thing is that I've been tutoring. So Schoolhouse, this like platform that's hosted by Khan Academy. I'm sure you guys know it. It's it's got this thing where basically students can tutor, other students, and I had actually used it as a learner, as somebody learning on the platform like many, many, many months ago. Um, Probably at the start of this year, maybe? No, wait. I honestly don't even remember, but yeah, just the point is, a long, long time ago, I had used it as well, and then now I'm a tutor on it because of my SAT score. And yeah, that has been a pretty fulfilling experience. But also, in many ways, it's been kind of skewed because of that, like I said, college application process, the kind of the hunt, I guess you could call it, the desire to just kind of rack up your numbers and get these high statistics rather than I guess do what's meaningful. But yeah, this is something that I thought a lot about before, and it's that I wouldn't say I wouldn't describe my experience as a tutor as purposeful, but I would describe it as impactful. And I could have probably articulated this better if I had written it down before speaking, but what I mean is that we all have an impact, right? Like, no matter what you do, you have an impact in some way. You don't come into this world and leave it without making an impact. And I remember my sociology professor had said that no man is an island in the sense that you just cannot leave society. You can't leave this world without, making that sort of impact. Like, let's say my solitude, right? Like, of course, I'm not actually like away completely. I still interact with things and everybody, but let's say I just disappeared into the mountains, and that would be amazing. But yeah, let's just say I left my phone, left the internet, left everything, and just tried my best to be stripped away from humanity and everything, and or rather society, I mean. And even still, my impact would continue, like I would still have these people who had known me before and, prior to me leaving to the mountains, and these people might still be impacted by maybe the things that I've said or my decision to move to the mountains and just be in solitude. So, yeah, these people are maybe going to be inspired by that or something. And like in the case of tutoring, right? You have the ability to impact whether that is positive, negative, that it's really up to the person to decide whether you had a positive or negative impact or just nothing impact on them. Because, of course, there are some kids who I really helped, and there are other kids who I, I, I made no difference at all, And that's just the sort of nature of it, and that's all right. But again, I wouldn't say purposeful because purpose is sort of, well, I'm personally still trying to understand purpose, and I won't say that I know everything because it's like that saying, like it's like I don't know, when you're young or something, you think you know it all, and then as you get older, you realize you don't really know nothing, you don't really know anything except for a very small, like specific kind of niche. But yeah, purpose. I wouldn't say it's purposeful because despite me feeling very fulfilled, I won't say that is what I'm supposed to be doing, okay? Like I am not supposed to be using my time, using my life to simply tutor or to do something like, and it's not to do with tutoring, okay? That it's not my focus. It's like just in general, the things that you do, right? Like, for example, if I were playing Halo, I would not describe that as purposeful, despite it maybe making me feel a bit more whole inside, a bit more like, uh, I guess satisfied. But it wouldn't make me purposeful because that's just not what I'm quote unquote meant to be doing, if there even is such meaning or, something to be found there. But yeah, I wouldn't describe it as purpose because, um, yeah, I just exactly. Yeah, that's how the way I'm gonna describe it. But it would have helped if I had written all this down. But that's okay, you know? I made the decision to click record. And anyways, there are, oh yeah, about my tutoring. I should have totally put up my like little portfolio thingy, because Schoolhouse like keeps track of the impact that you have. And yeah, it said I have impacted 20 countries, which is pretty just wow, like amazing there. Like, and it's just kind of astounding to know that, you know, my life, my existence, just sitting at this desk, you know, talking to a screen, talking to the people on a Zoom call, right? It could have such an impact across so many countries, and that is just such an amazing thing to me. And yeah, it also keeps tracks of the people that you impact, so the number is like 52, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that is pretty crazy. And like I said, of course, there are many people who have impacted a lot more, many people of those 52 who have not really impacted at all. And I don't know how to feel about that exactly, but um, yeah, I would say it's just a cool thing to see that my life does have impact, and I think that is an important reminder. And you know, those kids definitely did help me as much as I hopefully could have helped them. And what I mean by they helped me is that, you know, I could see that my existence does have some sort of influence on this world, even if it is just, you know, helping kids for the SAT, you know. But I said, you know, like twice there. But anyways, I honestly don't know what else to say here. And you know what? Maybe that's okay to not have anything else much to say. But the thing is, I know once I stop recording, I'm gonna probably have more thoughts that I'm like, man, I should have said that in the video. But, um, yeah, there's a quote here in my notes that I wrote down, and I'm pretty certain this is from Sensei Wu. And he had said something along the lines of the search for power within yourself and help others realize the greatness in them. Something like that. I also just like misspoke that for some reason. I don't know why I did that. But anyways, yeah. And that was a really interesting quote that I wrote down. And I think that sort of um, succinctly encapsulates like what I've been trying to say. You know, I've been trying to search for that sort of power within myself, or that sort of purpose, while also trying to, you know, see the greatness in others and help them see that in themselves. And yeah, with all that being said, I hope, you know, somebody might have gotten something, some positive impact out of this. But yeah, as for me, I'd say that speaking this and just sort of recording this has definitely helped me. So thank you. And yeah, while this video again is not the most entertaining or original whatsoever, you know, I don't expect this to get any views or anything. That's not what this is about. But yeah, I just wanted to make this to give a little update. Yeah, but thank you all, and I wish you all the best. Oh, wait, wait, wait! Look at that, see? See, exactly. Like, the moment I was about to stop recording, the idea came to me. Anyways, I just remembered to say, with this channel, right? The reason that I started, which by the way, I saw I had like 30 videos posted, and I was like, sheesh, dude, did I actually post that much? I don't know. But yeah, so the purpose with this channel was that I could hopefully reach people and you know, be of some help in some way and make an impact on people. And I would say that was more purposeful. I would say, well, no, maybe it was more intentional, but I still don't know what hey, if you guys have something to say about what purposes, then I strongly suggest to reach out to me or just like leave a comment or something. And you know, help us all learn here, or at least understand your perspective on purpose. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that with this channel, right, my intention was to pretty much do what I did through tutoring, But I mean, of course, without the tutoring part, it was more like, just trying to reassure people that, all is well and everything, or just kind of help them through their own struggles or share of my own. And yeah, I think the alignment there between what my goal was with this channel, well, what my goal is with this channel, because it is ongoing. It's not like it's all over, because you can always sort of reach out to people. Maybe I'm helping somebody right now just by my yapping away. But yeah, the alignment there with tutoring and this channel was that trying to reach people and trying to be something positive for somebody, because as long as you can help somebody, then it really is worth it, at least to me personally, speaking from my perspective. But yeah, there's a lot to be learned, a lot more to be understood and questioned about ourselves, and I am grateful to those of you who are here for me and supporting me along the way, even if I am sort of distant at times, because just various reasons. And I'm grateful that people understand that it is healthy to have solitude and to uh, have time away or time to yourself, And of course, it's not like life gets any less busy when you're on your own. But yeah, I'm doing well, and all is well in this world. I wish you guys the best when you get into this new school year. And yeah, if you guys ever need to, use that Google form, then it still exists and it still is there. And I do actually check it, I do check it once in a while. But yeah, who knows where this channel will go. Maybe I'll just keep making videos of me talking and talking. But yeah, it's important to just keep creating and just keep expressing yourself. And yeah. Oh wait, I just remember. Okay, I know this video is long as is. Okay, we're reaching that 30-minute mark pretty soon, but I gotta say that I've read some books. Okay, yeah, that's also another thing I was meaning to read. There's probably countless other things I meant to say throughout this video, but I didn't. But I will make this really quick. Let's see. A book that I read. Oh, a book that I read is literally the Halo book, The Fall of Reach by Eric Nyland. That one was pretty nice, and that's the exact word that I would use to describe it, is just nice, because I've thought a lot about into that. And yeah, the only word that I would really give to that book is nice. It's not like it was superb, it's not the greatest book in the world, but if you like Halo, if you kind of like, um, I don't know, yeah, if you like Halo and just want to read something easy for fun, then go for it. Go read the Halo books. They're pretty good. But yeah, then another book I read was Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. I'm pretty sure his name. I probably did not say that correct, but I'm just remembering these off the top of my dome. And Never Let Me Go was a really beautiful book and extremely well written. I really loved it a lot, and I'd say these books kind of deserve a video of themselves, because there's no way I can, succinctly put it all here in these last few minutes of this video. And also they deserve more than that, and more explanations and such, and also just more thought into what I want to say about them. But then another book is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I love John Green. He's another one of my legends, and yeah, his book was really good. It was, yeah, I need to look for the words for this, but yeah, it was a pretty, yeah, let's just stop there. It was pretty. Anyways, I really need to make a separate video in respect to those books. The current one that I'm reading is Hard-Boiled Egg, and wait, no, wait, Hard-Boiled Wonderland and the End of the World by Haruki Murakami, and that is a very surreal book and really interesting as well. I won't say I understand it all, but when it comes to that specific author, you never really seem to understand it all. But yeah, thank you all again, and I wish you all the best. Um, I don't know when the next time I'll post is, but that's okay. I doubt anybody's really eager to see the next of this channel. So yeah, just a quick life update, and that was all from me. See you guys on the next one. Thank you.